Today I will explain operator overloading in C++. Before starting, I want to give what is the objective behind this operator overloading in any object oriented programming language. Okay, see just here what operator overloading means कि we are going to overload predefined operator. Very careful, here I am not going to give any new operator to overload. Already predefined operator like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, percent, we can overload these operators by giving the new meaning. Here we are not going to overload any new operator, simply just what operators are already available, arithmetic operators, unary operators, binary operators. So the purpose of this operator, like say suppose if we consider the simple arithmetic operators, so they have their predefined meaning. When I will declare like int a equal to 5, b equal to 6 and the float say c equal to 5, c is equal to 8 and d equal to 9.9 and e, and here say f. Okay, so when we write this statement f equal to a plus b, okay, and the statement e equal to c plus d, see what happened here. The plus operator is an arithmetic operator, this is a binary operator, and the compiler knows that simply just the operand are of type integer. So simply this plus operator works on integer operand. This is simply the predefined meaning for the compiler. So here the two operand will be added and the result will be stored in this. Here plus operator, simply the meaning of plus operator is changed. Now here the plus operator is for two real operand or the float operand. So here when we apply the original, the plus minus multiplication either on real or float or integer, then the compiler knows just automatically what are the operand and accordingly the plus operator is performed. Okay, now just in C++, what is our aim? That C++ is object oriented approach. So we want to redefine the meaning of plus, as plus is working with the integer, plus is working with the float. I want the plus, the operator works similarly on user defined object. This is the main motto, or you can say objective of operator overloading. We overload, overload means to give the new meaning. So here our aim to give the new meaning to the already available defined the primitive operators. Primitive operators means arithmetic operators. Okay, so suppose there are two objects of user defined data type. Say suppose there is a class complex. Okay, there is a class complex C1 and there are two objects of class complex C1 and C2. So simply if we I want to add these two user defined object, then simply what we go simply first we write C1 dot add C2. So in this way we call the add function to add two object of the complex class. Okay, so you can write in this way. If suppose I write a class, say suppose the complex class. So before giving the binary operator overloading, I will give the first I will give the how to overload the unary operator. Okay, so in the case of unary operator, see the operator overloading can be done in two ways. The one is using operator member function, another one is friend function. Few operators cannot be overloaded with operator member function, and the few operators cannot be overloaded with operator member function. So, and also there are few operators in C++ that cannot be overloaded. That I will give the later on what are the operators that cannot be overloaded. Okay, so just there are as we know that there are two types of operator, unary operator and binary operator. So first I am explaining the overloading of unary operator. Unary operator is plus plus or minus minus. These are the two increment and decrement operator. Okay, so for this I am taking one example and I will try to explain this. And first I am giving the overloading with the help of operator member function. Okay, so see, this is the class. Say the class name is index. Class name is index, and it is having one private data member, say int val. Okay, and the public member function, its public member function is one default constructor. Here the val equal to 0, and the one is one argument constructor, index int v val equal to v, and then the one is the input function, say void get data cin val void show data, to show the property of the object, cout val and now see, this is a simple index class. This is having two constructor. One is a default constructor with no argument. This is the constructor with one argument, and this is a one function to take the input for all the members, data member of the class, and this is for displaying all the private data of the object. Now here I want to overload this unary operator plus plus. Okay, so this, there are two ways to increment the overload this plus plus operator. Suppose here I am writing void this is a return type, and then the operator keyword, and then name of the operator, what operator to be overloaded, like plus plus. Okay, so here you know that the working of plus plus is simply the the value of the data member should be incremented by 1, whatever be the previous value. So here I am writing var equal to var plus 1. Okay, so this is the simple class definition of index. It consists of two constructor, no argument default, get data for taking the data, show data for writing, and this is the overloading of the operator plus plus with the keyword operator. Okay, now here I am writing main, void main. In main, first I want to declare the object of class index, say suppose d, and here I am passing 4. Okay, and simply when we write d plus plus and d dot show data, and plus plus d dot show data. Okay, see here this d is an object, so this object is created, so single argument constructor is called, its data member val will be initialized with 4. So now the value of this object will be 4. Now d plus plus, see here d plus plus, till now just you are performing a plus plus, where a is integer data type. Integer data type, simply the plus plus operator automatically interpreted by the compiler because its meaning is defined for integer. Now I want to change its meaning. I want that the same plus plus operator works with the user defined data type, that is index. So here when we write d plus plus, how it is interpreted within the compiler? D, as you know, when we call the any member function, the one operand is implicitly passed. So this function internally converted into d dot operator. This is the name of the function here, the operator, and name of the function is what? D dot operator plus plus. Actually, plus plus is the name of the operator, name of the function. Here the plus plus is the name of the function and the operator is the keyword. So it is simply converted into d dot operator plus plus, and here in this function, this function is called, and simply just this function is called, and the d is passed implicitly, and the value of d, whatever be the previous value of a, d, it is incremented by 1, and when we write d dot show data, so it will print. So here the value of d is 4, so at this part the output is 5. Now the val of the object d is 5, new value of d is 5, so again plus plus d, so again this function is called, and then val is incremented by 1, so this is 6. So one time it will print 5, another time it will print 6. This is very simple example. Here I explained how the we are going to redefine the meaning of we are going to define the meaning of we are simply working of the plus plus. Previously the plus plus was working with integer operands, which is already defined. Now I want to define the meaning of plus plus with what? User defined object of class index. Okay, now here there is a problem. When we write d plus plus, or we can write here in this way, because you know that the pre-increment and post-increment operator can also be used in printf, in if, in for, then their meaning is changed. When you write an independent statement, its meaning is same. But if you write like here, if we write d comma d1, and I am writing d1 equal to plus plus d, okay, then I am writing d1 equal to d plus plus, okay. So in the both the cases, here the d1 will take what? The incremented value of d. So after this, if we write d1 dot show data, okay, then show data, then the value of d1 and d will be same, thus d dot show data, okay. And here when we write d1 equal to d plus plus, and we execute this statement, d1 dot show data, d dot show data, okay. So first see here, previously when I was writing only d plus plus, when I was writing d plus plus or plus plus d, it is not returning anything, simply it is changing the data member of d object. So the return type, see here, the return type of the member function, the overloaded member function operator is void. But here when I will call this function, it is returning something, and that is stored to the destination object. So first it is required that you have to change its object, its return type. So its return type is now index, and instead of returning instead of simply this the increment, here I will create one temporary object, index t, and val equal to val plus 1 t dot val equal to t dot val equal to val. Okay, see this, only see this function, I have not changed the above one. Index operator plus plus, here I am overloading plus plus operator using operator keyword or operator member function. As I told that there are two ways to overload operators. One is using operator member function, and another one is with friend function. Here I am just overloading the operator using operator member function. So here I have changed its return type index. Within the body I have created one temporary object of index, and its value is incremented and simply t dot val. It works for the pre-increment. How? See here, just when this is called. Okay, so now at this time simply the operator member function is called. Operator, actually the compiler searches is there any plus plus operator, because here plus plus operator is used with user defined data type, so its meaning is not available on the compiler's library. So simply just its meaning, for this meaning just the compiler searches the class of the object whether the plus plus operator is overloaded or not. So here the plus plus operator definition is there. Now this at the time of d is passed implicitly, so val equal to, so in this case the value of d is incremented by 1, that is the value of d for 4 from 4 to 5, and t is the temporary object. Here I will write return t. रिटर्न टी का मतलब है कि जस्ट जो न्यू ऑब्जेक्ट है वो रिटर्न हो गया, और यहाँ पे किस में स्टोर हो गया, d1 में. ओके, सो सिंपली जस्ट सी व्हाट ऑब्जेक्ट इज रिटर्निंग t. d1, value of d1, see val is associated with d and t dot val is associated with d1. So after the execution of this statement, the value of d1 it will be what, 5, as well as the value of d is 5. Okay, now the problem is that how to differentiate the unary increment and prefix plus plus, pre-increment and post-increment operator, because the operator symbol is same. Actually we are not going to change the operator symbol, simply we are changing its meaning. Previously it was working on the integer, float or double. Now simply just I want the same operator works similarly on the user defined data type. But see here, in the case of pre-increment and post-increment, in both cases the operator is plus plus. So now here when I will call this function is to be called, when I will call this, then this function is called. But if for post increment this function is called, then the answer will be wrong, because this is not the correct definition of post increment. Here the meaning of post increment that d1 contains the old value of d, and then after d will be incremented. Like if the value of d is 4, then after the execution of this statement, value of d1 should be 4 and the value of d should be what, 5. But if I will call this statement, then it will not work correctly. After the execution of this statement, both d1 and d will be incremented. So previous version of C++ compiler, there was no solution to resolve this ambiguity, because the plus plus operator is same. But in the later version of C++, there is a solution that when we overload plus plus, this is okay. This definition is okay for plus plus, that is pre-increment operator. For post-increment operator, here I am writing the post-increment operator. See, index, I am writing in one line, val equal to 0. Okay? Index int v, val equal to v. Then void show data At present I am not writing the read data, void show data, C out val. Okay. Now I am overloading the operator that works correctly for the post increment. Okay. So here the return type is index operator plus plus, and one dummy argument is passed integer. This is available only on the later version of C++ compiler to differentiate the pre-increment and post-increment operator. So here I will pass the dummy argument, and simply plus plus, the definition is index t, and simply now in what is the working of plus plus post increment. First, the old value of d will be transferred. So whatever be the val field, this is an implicit object. Whatever be the value of the val field, that will be given into the t dot val equal to val. This is a val value of implicit object, and this is the temporary object. Now here t dot val equal to val, and then val. After that, after transferring the old value of d into the temporary object, we increment val plus 1 and then return t. Okay, so see here this d1 dot show data, d1 dot show d1. Now when plus plus d is called, then this function is called. When the post increment on the object d is called, this function is called. So here if you see the output of this program, the value of d is 4. Okay, so the pre-increment function is called d1 dot show data. So both will be incremented. So here the 5 and 5 answer. Now the current value of d is 5. So when just d1, so d1, the value of d1 is 5 and this is 6. So this will be the output of this example. Now see here I am giving the general syntax for the operator overloading using operator member function. This is what return type, and then operator keyword. This is fixed. For all the operator, this keyword is fixed, and this is the name of the operator. This is what name of the, this is operator keyword, and here the name of the operator, or simply just OP, and what the argument 1, argument 2, here this is the syntax. Here the return type, the return type is whatever be the return type of the this function. The operator is a fix. This is for overloading every operator. The operator keyword is required, and OP is the operator what is to be overloaded. If you want to overload plus operator, then here OP is plus. If I want to overload minus operator, then this is minus, and these arguments are optional. Simply here in this case I have overloaded the operator just what without argument. If this is unary operator, so for the case when you are overloading unary operator, no argument is passed. But if we overload the binary operators, then the one object is passed implicitly when we call the function, and the second object is passed explicitly. Okay, now I am giving the example for overloading the binary operators. Okay, so here this is the example for unary operator, and carefully note down how to differentiate pre-increment and post-increment. Okay, now I am writing a very famous class in C++ to illustrate the operator overloading process in the case with complex class. Okay, so one class complex. Okay, as the complex class takes two data member, float, real and imaginary, and it is taking two constructor. In the public part, public, complex, real equal to imaginary equal to 0. Okay, complex, say int, float, A, float B, float A, float B, and then real equal to A and imaginary equal to B. Okay, so this is one argument constructor, this is another argument constructor. Here you can write the read function also, void get data C in real and imaginary. You can ask from the user, and void show data to display the output, show data C out real. Just if you are having you want to real and imaginary part, okay, later on you can use. Okay, now these are simple one class which is taking the two data member, real part and imaginary part. There is a no argument constructor where the data member are initialized with 0, the two argument constructor where it is taking from the user the two argument, and the real part is initialized with A, imaginary part initialized with B, and the get data to take the values of the data member from the user, show data for displaying. Now here I want to overload. What I want to overload, because there are two objects I want to create. See, before writing the definition in the main, what I want, actually I want to declare the three objects of the class complex C1, C2, C3. Okay, and then of course C1, C2, C3 are the object without passing the argument, so no argument constructor will be called and its data member will be initialized with 0. Now C1 dot get data to read first complex number, C2 dot get data to read second complex number. Now just here after C1, C2, what I want, actually I want C3 equal to C1 plus C2. Carefully note down what I want. C3 equal to C1 plus C2. If suppose previously, if you want to add these two complex number, then you have to add one member function in the public part, like say suppose complex add, and simply it will take two parameters C1 complex C1 complex C2, and then just you write the add part, and you call this in this way, what, C3 equal to C1 dot add C2. This is the story when I am not overloading plus operator. So I have to write the add function. See, add function that will take two parameters, C1 dot add, that simply just take the two parameter C1 dot add, sorry, one object is passed complex C2. One object is passed implicitly and another object is explicitly. So add function is called, and simply just it will add two complex number and return in C3. But now what I want instead of this, instead of writing add function, I want to perform this one. Carefully see first the clear idea why I am using operator overloading. What is the need of overloading the operator? The need is that, okay, what is the meaning of operator? Previously on the predefined data type like integer, float, double, I want the same meaning for what? For the user defined data type. So here I want that the plus work very similar to the on the two objects of class complex. Okay, so here now I will overload. So see here, this is what I said, C3 C1 plus C2. Now the general syntax is return type. The return type is simply what? Complex. The operator is keyword. The operator member function is required, operator. And here what operator you want to overload? Here the operator I want to overload is plus, and the argument, see, because this is implicitly passed at the time of calling the function, and because this is a binary operator, so here one argument is passed which is the object of class complex. Now I'm writing the definition here. What? Complex. Like any other function, you can give the definition inside the class or outside the class using scope resolution operator. Complex, and then complex, and this is a return type. You can compare it with the general syntax. This is a return type. Then operator keyword, and simply the name of the operator, what operator you want to overload, and here you give the another object class complex, say suppose C. Okay, so plus, so first you create here the temporary object complex. Body is not going to change, the same body you write in the add function, but only just the calling is changed. Previously, if you are giving the add, we call this in this way, C1 dot add C2, and instead of operator plus, here I will write add, but you have to call add. But here I am writing C1 plus C2 as I am adding the two integer variable. Similarly, I am going to add the two complex numbers which are user defined. So complex T and T dot real equal to real, that is the C1 which is implicitly passed at the time of calling the function, real plus C dot real. You know the addition of the complex number, and T dot imaginary equal to imaginary. This is the imaginary data member of the implicit object plus C dot imaginary. Okay, and return T. Okay, return T. Now see, when this is called, so this is converted into what? C1 dot operator plus C2. Okay, so C1 dot operator plus C2. In this way this function is called, and the temporary object T is created, and the C1 is first left object is passed implicitly in calling any function, and the right object is passed explicitly because this is a binary operator, so it is taking 2. Previously I have overloaded the unary operator where there is a single operand which is passed implicitly, so the argument part is empty, no argument. But here I am overloading the binary operator. So in the case when you are overloading binary operator using operator member function, then one operand is implicitly passed at the time of calling member function, and the second operand is passed explicitly. So here one temporary object is created, real, that is the C1 dot real, and C dot real, that is C2 dot real, and imaginary C, so imaginary plus C dot, and here you can call what? T dot show data, so it will give the output. Okay, so in this way just you can overload the other operators on the complex number and write the program. Plus, I have overloaded plus, the same you can overload minus, multiplication, division using, say suppose you know A plus IB, this is the real part, this is the imaginary part, plus C plus ID. If you are going to add two real numbers, then two complex numbers, this is C1 and this is C2. So A plus C plus I, B plus D. See the real part, first real part, and the first real part of the first complex number, real part of the second part, this is the real part of the destination object, and the imaginary part of the first object and imaginary part of this is addition. Okay? In the case of subtraction, if you are subtracting two complex number, A minus IB, sorry, A plus IB minus C minus ID, then what? A minus C plus I, B minus D. This is what the same way, this because the body is not going to change, but for body you have to know the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division for two complex numbers. So when you are going to perform the multiplication on two complex number, A plus IB into C plus ID. Okay, so here AC plus IAD plus IBC plus I square BD. Okay, I square is minus 1. So AC minus BD will be the real part of the destination object, plus I, AD plus BC is imaginary part. Fourth one, if you want to divide two complex number, then a plus ib upon c plus id, and you have to multiply with its conjugate c minus id upon c minus id, and ac here just ac minus iad plus ibc minus I square bd upon c square minus I square d square. Okay, so here this is what the real part is AC minus AC minus IAD IBC minus I square BD. Yes, I square minus 1, so AC plus BD upon, this is I square plus 1, C square plus D square. This is the real part, and what I imaginary part is BC minus AD upon C square plus D square. Okay, so using these definitions, I know that you know already how to add two complex number. This some error, C square plus a minus c I a minus c I start c plus id. So here a minus c, b minus d. Okay, so simply just this is the formula for adding two complex number, subtracting. I have given the example for adding two. The same way you can overload plus, minus, multiplication and division operator on two complex number. So just in this lecture I have explained the overloading. What is the meaning of overloading? What is the meaning of overloading means simply just what is the meaning of plus on primitive data type. I want to work the same, the plus minus on user defined data type. That's why just we are going to overload the operator. First I explain the how to overload the unary operator, and just I give the how to differentiate between the pre-increment and post-increment operator, because the operator symbol is same. The next I have explained what the overloading of binary operators. Okay, thank you.